Good morning, 7th and 8th grade. It is Tuesday now of week 9 of this quarter, which is the final full week of class. So I'm sure you guys are excited that your distance learning for this school year is almost over. Yeah, it's been kind of crazy, but here we are, last week of full academics, and then we do have some activities next week, but hopefully they're just a little bit of fun and reflection, not too tough. I'm really sorry I didn't make more videos last week, and yeah, so someone in my family passed away, not from the pandemic. They were an older person. But so it kind of messed me up a little bit last week, with that stuff going on. Anyway, here we are. And yesterday I was totally going to make you a video, but then my work computer wouldn't even let me log on. Like, it didn't even come up with a sign in. And you guys know me in technology, so it kind of took me most of the day to get that straightened out. But here we are on Tuesday, and everything's up and running, and I'm going to be able to get caught up on your grades and attendance and all those other things that I wasn't able to do yesterday. So that's awesome. Hopefully you guys got a good start to the week. I'm sorry I wasn't able to post your assignments onto Google Classroom because I couldn't get logged into my computer yesterday, and my family insisted that I wasn't going to do any work on Sunday because it was Mother's Day, because I was going to just get on real quick and post all that stuff for you. But they told me I was not allowed to. So, all right, I printed out all of the assignment stuff. So when you go on our school website, this is what you can access in the PDF there under 7th or 8th grade and my name. This way I'm looking at it. I've done this before, I just haven't showed it to you, but it's super helpful. I have it right here. So this week you're doing a virtual tour of Mount Vernon, which is the home of our first president, George Washington, which, if you are in 8th grade, we did do some study of him earlier this year, because he is obviously a key player in the founding of our nation, one of the founding fathers, and, kind of important. So I thought it might be kind of fun, since there's an actual virtual tour and you can go on there and 3D walk around and tour his house. That would be kind of neat to do. And then also, if you're in 7th grade, it's getting you ready for next year. Maybe get you a little bit excited about learning about the foundations of our country, because guess what? We're doing it next year. Anyway, but it should be fun. I have never visited Mount Vernon. I would love to someday. I think it would be amazing. But I'm going to visit it virtually with you this week, so kind of excited about that. I haven't had a chance to go through the whole thing, but I did do some preliminary look at it, and it looks like it's going to be really cool. So the other assignment that I had for you, obviously there's your current event for the week. We do those every week, so you know how to do those. I don't need to explain any of that. But my other one is cooking. So if you're in 8th grade, we did some cooking in school. 7th grade, next year, one of your electives in the afternoon, you either have PE or you have an art and cooking class with me. So something that you can look forward to is doing that with me next year. I really enjoy doing it. It's something that I grew up doing, and I know some of you get to do cooking and stuff like that at home, but some of you don't. And so it's kind of neat to have that opportunity, since we have a full kitchen in Miss Holiday's homeroom. We just have our class up there, and then you guys get to do that stuff. So my challenge with this is for you to find a historical recipe. So I have some that I really like, because that's something I was into as a kid. So I enjoyed making historical recipes, trying them out, seeing what people ate in the history of our country, because we just think of food as it is right now, but it wasn't always this way, obviously. So, like, you know, George Washington didn't just go down to McDonald's and order a hamburger. He probably never ate a hamburger, actually. You know, that was not a thing. So it gives you a little bit of an idea of how that stuff works, or, you know, just a better idea of what life was like for people in the past, because things have changed, and some of the things that we eat now, it's neat to see how those things evolved from foods that people used to eat. Some of it has to do with actual history too. So things like red velvet cake, that came about because of shortages during war. So, you know, the traditional way to make it actually is with beet juice, because you could use a smaller amount of cocoa, and that was hard to get, and also so was sugar, and beet juice, there's a lot of sugars in beets there, so it would make it sweet, and it also gave it that rich color. Nowadays, mostly it's made with just red food coloring, because, you know, I guess that's easier, and beets are not as delicious to people these days, mostly. They are really great for you, though, so there's that. But anyway, point being that historical events sometimes affect the food that we eat, you know, what's available, how we prepare it, how we eat it. So, excuse me, tickle in my throat. So I want you to find a historical recipe. Could be from any time period. It doesn't have to be something that George Washington would have eaten. It could be something more modern than that, but something that is from the past. So I will also give a few recommendations. I have, like I said, I have historical cookbooks because I'm a nerd like that. Yeah, I'm kind of into those things. And so I'll do videos later on this week with that. Gives me something to really do and for you to look forward to watching. Yay. And then try and make it. Yeah. Or if you look at that PDF file, I did include a recipe in there. In fact, I might try making that because it sounds kind of interesting. However, my kids are not at my house this week. So, I'll have to find people to eat it, because I am not eating an entire Washington cake, because that's the recipe. So if you don't have the PDF, I'll show you real quick. Here's the recipe for Washington cake there, so you can pause and read it if you need to. And then here are the directions. And sorry, it's weird for me because I'm looking at it and it looks backwards in my video. Maybe it's backwards to you. That would be really terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I can read backwards, but it's like challenging. So, but anyway, it's available at toriavey.com/toris-kitchen/Washington-cake. So that's where I got this from. You can get it on our PDF or go to their website, since I just read it off to you. And it says a traditional recipe for patriotic Washington cake and the history behind the recipe from culinary historian Gil Marks. So it has some history if you go to their website. And I'll tell you, the original recipe that is here has brandy in it. That's alcohol. That was a really popular thing, to use alcohol in baking. I know when I was baking competitively, well, you know, not like super competitive, not like on TV, but, you know, I used to bake quite a bit for the county fair and stuff. The things I was most successful with actually usually had alcohol in them. So, Yeah, it's a thing. And every time you add an extract, like vanilla extract, those things are actually alcohol based. So that's where we get a lot of our flavoring from. It's just how it's done. Um, anyway, so this recipe really different because I mean, it has dried currants in it and rose water, and you're gonna, I mean, you probably don't have rose water. I actually happen to have rose water on the shelf because I'm weird. So maybe I'll try making this, and then I could taste it later in the week. We could like do that. Oh, I could maybe if I have time today or tomorrow morning, I could taste it on our Zoom meeting. That might be interesting. So I'll see. I'll see if I can do that. But the number of calories in this is ridiculous. I think it says it somewhere on here, but crazy. Just crazy. Yeah. Because the ingredients are ridiculous. It's like 2 sticks of butter, and then there's also heavy cream and brandy or sweet wine, and then there's like raisins and currants, and holy cow, it's just, yeah. Anyway, I thought it looked interesting, and it was something that I could provide to everyone easily, because there are so many historical recipes to choose from. So if you make that one, I'd love to hear what you think about it, because I've done some historical cooking and I still think it's a little bit like extreme. Yeah. But yeah, so do that, either this one or your own. Go on a Google Classroom, or which is ideal because then other people can see it, or just email me. Let me know what recipe you ended up doing, and yeah, I would like to know what you thought of it and the experience, because that's part of this, not just the eating of it, but also the making, because some of these steps might include words or things that you've never done before. So challenge yourself, find something, tell me about it, because I'm so excited to hear about it, and I look forward to hearing from you guys later this week. I'm gonna try and get this baked, but I have some other stuff I gotta do, catching up from yesterday, and yeah. So I will check in with you later this week, and I can't wait to hear about your experiences visiting Mount Vernon and trying some old-timey foods. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Zoom.